obedience is being taught by us to them.
We model that.
Yep.
Exactly. And then the second thing is, fathers, do not exasperate your children. Instead, bring them up in the training and instruction of the Lord.
Yeah.
So it does take into account the child's feelings. It does consider how the child perceives what you're saying and everything you're doing.
Yep.
And so we also need to be careful to not be overly critical of our children, to not have these high expectations where they feel like they have a reason to rebel and to like be wild, right? And follow their sinful natures.
Yeah. It's funny because we talked about that verse in the last episode of the podcast, and it's crazy to think that like we discipline, we train, we raise up, all those things, but it's in the tone, it's the how, not the what, that can be the biggest difference maker. So like I can train and discipline and raise up Eden and Jude in the ways of the Lord, and I'm doing the right things. But if I exacerbate them, like if I cause them to get angry, if I provoke them, it's the how is wrong. It's you can discipline, you can train, you can do all these things without getting upset, without getting angry, without scaring your kids. And obviously, just because the how is right doesn't mean that they're going to listen all the time.
Right.
But I think if I continue to parent in a way where they associate discipline with my anger, then there's rebellion that's going to start to spill out of them. And so that's a huge, huge key. And Paul's trying to let us know, like, hey, parents, like I think Paul wrote that knowing that you're going to get angry.
Right.
And so we got to get that under control with the help of the Holy Spirit, but don't lose training, discipline, and raising up, because that's, as fathers, that's our job. And obviously my wife helps in that, but I want to make sure that I'm leading the way in helping our children know who Jesus is, reading our Bible, memory verses, worship music on the way to work, and that as a family, and with my wife included, we church is what we do.
Yeah.
We don't miss church. We find a way. With 2 kids, like we're gonna make it work, even when we're tired, even when we're busy. It's just not gonna be a non-negotiable in our life, and that's because I'm a pastor. I just feel like I'm thankful when my mom took me to church when I was 17, because it was at the church I got saved. It was at the church I met my best friends. It was at the church that I found my calling. And I want to give that to we want to give that to our children. And so again, I know it's my job to train, to discipline, to raise up, but I do it with my wife, and our family is one that is literally reading that thing on the wall.
Yeah.
As for me and my house, we shall serve the Lord.